Hey guys, long time no see. It's so nice to finally be back home. Even though this trip was incredible, like I couldn't have asked for a more like well-rounded, adventurous trip. And as amazing as that was, it's really nice to finally try to hop back into my routine of things. The reason I'm actually sitting on the floor today and the reason I have a little bit of makeup on already is because it's actually not the morning. It's 4 p.m. and oh man, I got back yesterday, but I passed out into the deepest sleep I've had in the last 2 weeks. I think my body was just so comfortable to be home and clean, and I ended up waking at like 10 a.m. this morning. I couldn't get up. So I got up and I had to get ready and go to work. So I kind of planned this morning chat in the mid-afternoon today, so that's why I'm here. And also the reason I'm sitting on the floor is because I wanted to share the things that I packed for 2 weeks in the Philippines, because there were a lot of things. Well, I thought I did a great job packing, like very minimally and just the essentials, but there were still things that I ended up not needing, and there were also a few new things that I packed with me that I haven't shared in previous packing videos. And they were things that some of them my sister bought for me, like as a gift, and some I bought and she brought them over to Korea for me. And yeah, some of the stuff that I had with me, I will never travel without. So I wanted to share that with you today in hopes to help you out in case you guys are planning like a similar trip to mine, whether it's like a beach vacation or traveling Southeast Asia. And also I got my Beauty Heroes box a little bit later this month, so I received it, I think it was March 4th, yes, because it was a day before I was leaving for the Philippines. And usually what I like to do is when I get the boxes earlier, I like to test them out for a time and then give you a little bit more than just a first impression of the products. And because of the arrival of the box, I didn't get a chance to do that. But what I did was I took the products that I received and then I packed them into my little travel cases, and I got to use them for 2 weeks in the Philippines. And I'm really sorry because for me right now it's really loud. I'm doing some laundry and I don't know how loud it is going to be for you guys, but that's what that sound is. And it should actually be done soon. So I think I'm going to have to take a little laundry break to hang everything on the drying rack. There's so many aspects to this trip, like all the ins and outs and just so many things that I've learned. And I don't even know where to start with sharing all of that. So without trying to make this video extremely overwhelming for me, I wanted to narrow it down today and basically just share what I packed, the essentials, the things that I ended up not needing, and then I wanted to share my thoughts on March's Beauty Heroes box. So what I did was I had one carry-on like rolling suitcase, and then I had my backpack. And I loved this backpack even from when I first got it, because this is the thing that I always carry with me when I teach my students, because it allows enough room for me to pack even up to 2 laptops, because there's a compartment back here where I can slip in a laptop. And then there's another zipper here that opens up to the main backpack, and then there's another sleeve inside where I can pack in a second laptop or my iPad. And there are other little aspects to why I really enjoyed having this backpack with me, because prior to this I carried my Herschel one for a really long time, but after a while I realized that I didn't like the drawstring opening from the top, because sometimes if I had a lot of stuff in my bag and I wanted to get to the things in the bottom, it wasn't the most accessible. But this bag was really awesome because it opens up so wide. And it was really nice because it's really hot in the Philippines, but when I left Korea it was cold. And obviously, you know, I didn't need to have my down jacket on my body as I was traveling. So I like folded it up really small, and I was able to comfortably fit it into this backpack, and it fit even with all the stuff that's already in here. So why don't I start with what's in here. So in my front compartment, I just had my wallet, which was really easily accessible. And what I did was, right before the trip, I took out all my Korean money and my Korean debit cards that I knew I wasn't going to use there. And then I slipped it into my passport case. Yeah, because I didn't carry it with me during the trip. This usually stayed in the safe at the hotel and hostels we were at. I'll get to this in a second, but yeah, my wallet is in the front. And then this shouldn't have been with me, but I just forgot to take it out. And what this is it's a little tablet or phone stand. And I use this with my students when I teach because we do a lot of work on my iPad. And this shouldn't have come with me, and it actually has quite a bit of weight to it. So I really, really wished I didn't have that with me. I have some hand cream. I have a Kiehl's hand cream, and I think I bought this at duty free on one of our trips to the States because my hands were parched and they were cracking, and I really didn't want to buy, you know, a product that's not totally cleanly formulated, but this was the best option for me at the moment. So I have this. It's the Richly Hydrating Hand Cream with shea butter and vitamin E, and the scent is coriander. Okay, and then let's see, my passport case. I bought this 7 years ago. No, I'm sorry. What year is it? 2017. I moved to Korea in 2011. I bought this shortly after I moved to Korea because I knew that once I got here, I would travel more just to see other parts of Asia. And I saw this randomly at this little shop. I don't even remember. And it's still holding up so strong, and I use this all the time. So it has room for, you know, all of my boarding passes, and really I can clear this up because I don't need any more of these. But yeah, if I print an itinerary, it folds up nicely into here. And then I have, you know, the little boarding passes. What I usually keep in front is the current flight that I'm boarding. I'll just have it right here so that I can show the flight attendants so they can seat us appropriately. And then I have my passport. And up here, I just have my Asiana, like, silver member card. I actually don't even use that ever. And I like this because it came with this little notepad. And then this is a Muji pen I've had for so long, and it just lives in here. And it's really convenient because it's nice to fill out, you know, the arrival card or what is it, the declaration form? Yeah, when you have laundry. Okay, yeah, so there's always forms to fill out on the plane, so it's really convenient to have this one pen that's always living in here. So this is like a travel essential for me. All right, and the next thing that I have that is an essential is my external battery, and this is the little pouch that I always carry it in. The one that I have is from the brand Anchor, and I've had this for many years, and this is good for up to 4 charges, and you just never know you know, when you'll be in a pinch and you need to charge your phone, but there might not be an outlet around you. And also, I didn't bring any of my cameras with me on this trip, so all of the photos and the videos that I was taking, it was all done on my phone. I have the iPhone 7 Plus, and so my battery was getting depleted more than usual. So this was absolutely necessary. Then I had my little makeup bag. It's just things that I carry on a daily basis. I don't think there were any new additions, but let me quickly go through what's in here. I have the Osmia Lip Doctor Lip Balm, a little travel-sized poopery for you to spray the toilet before you go so you don't stink it up for other people. I have a hand cream from the brand Malin and Goetz. I think that's how you say it. And the one time that I got to fly business class, we got a little toiletry bag, a Tumi toiletry bag, and this hand cream and a lip balm from this brand was in there. And I just had it in here because I wanted to finish it up. I have some gum. I have this red lipstick from Vapor, and I received this as a Love More gift. And what a Love More gift is if you shop at Beauty Heroes and you spend over $125, every month they feature a really nice product that you get for free. And this is the one that I got, was it last month? It was either, I think it was February. January, February, I purchased the Moon Cleanser Aki, and this was the Beauty Heroes hero product in December, and I loved it so much that I purchased this. And then I also purchased a Mahalo Vitality Elixir. It's a face oil. I know I got something else. Oh, I got a little soap saver for my sister's Osmia Black Clay Facial Soap so that the water didn't dissolve away the soap. And this lipstick that I received is in the color Courage. And it looks like that. It's really sheer. The color is really pretty. And I wore this, and the few times that I did wear it, like, people were asking me what was on my lips. And I wanted to have at least just one colorful lip, so I had this in here. Nail clippers, because whenever I have a hangnail or a broken nail, it drives me nuts. So here's the lip moisturizer from the same brand as my hand cream. Malin Goetz. It looks like a mirror. Oh, and then I got the Bite Beauty Agave Lip Balm. This is new, because I have the Agave lip mask from Bite Beauty, and I've been using that for almost 2 years now, and it lives in my bedside table because I use it every night before bed. And when this came out, I knew I wanted it, so I actually bought it from Sephora, ordered it to my sister, and she brought it for me, and I actually really love this. Tweezers, my favorite mints, which are the Altoid Smalls in the flavor cinnamon, and the Dior Lip Glow. So I'm not going to sit here and pretend that I'm okay with my wet clothes sitting in the washer. So I'm going to take a 5-minute break to pull the clothes out and hang them on the rack. So I'll be right back. Next, I have my earphones, and these go with me everywhere when I travel. And the model that I have, I'm not sure of the name, but I remember trying to locate this pair online, because I know I talked about it in one of my older packing videos, and also I'm sure in a gratitude video, because this is one of my life staples. And I wasn't able to find the exact model, but if I can, I will link it down below. What I think happened was they probably came out with an updated version of these. So if I can't find these exact ones, I'll link a similar pair. But I really just love these because most earphones, after a few minutes of them being in my ears, they hurt. Or the ones that I have tried that were kind of comfortable, they just kind of fall out over time. I have pretty small ears and ear holes. And yeah, these just, they don't fall out, they stay put. And even if I were to fall asleep with these on, because on this trip too, there were many nights I couldn't fall asleep. So I would just pop these on and use the meditation app Headspace. And, you know, sometimes I end up sleeping on my side, but when I wake up, I never have any pains in my ear. So this was definitely clutch. And because I have the iPhone 7 Plus, the iPhone 7 and 7 Plus, they don't have the separate earphone jack anymore. So when I got this phone, it came with this little, I think Casey Neistat called it a dongle. I don't know if that's like the official name or if he made it up. I thought it was just like a cute little name he made up, but this could very well be called a dongle. But it's so that I can plug in the earphones into this jack and then connect it over to my phone. This other thing that I had is just magical. Are you ready for this? So before this trip, I knew that I wanted to have an earphone splitter because I wanted to be able to watch movies with my sister on my laptop, and I didn't want to just have to share, you know, one set of earphones with her. So I was looking for an earphone splitter on Amazon, and I do have, let me show you the pair I got from Amazon. So this is the one that I ordered from Amazon. The earphones, you can connect 2 pairs here. But after I placed this order, like right before my trip, I got an email from Amazon saying that they aren't able to deliver this to me in Korea because of some kind of customs regulation. And so I thought, oh, what a bummer, because that was one thing that I really wanted for this trip. So I found this in Korea, and it was actually cheaper than this brand. I think this was maybe around $6, $7. I could be wrong. It could have been more than that. But this was about like $4. And what I thought was so cool about these, and I've never seen them before, is that on each one, For each earphone jack, there's separate volume controls. And this is great, especially if I were to share something, watch something with Brandon, because he listens to things at much higher volumes than me. Yeah, and so it's really nice to have the control, right? Because most earphone splitters, they don't have that. So once you set a volume, that's the volume that both people listen to. So this was really awesome. And my sister and I, we watched a lot of Gilmore Girls together on this trip, so this is great. And then this is my smallest packing cube. I think most people use this for underwear. I think it's a great little thing for underwear, but I actually have another little bag that I like to carry my underwear in that I'll show you. So for this one, I just carry all of my cables. So I have like my phone charger, my Apple Watch charger, the USB cable for my external battery to charge that. Yeah. And I just really like that it's clear and you can see through it. And then I have my pencil case, and it's a lot thinner than it usually is when it's in Korea with me. But all I really wanted for this trip, this is the Pilot Friction pen. It's the best erasable pen that I've ever tried. A highlighter, my favorite pen from Muji, and my Apple pencil. This is new. I was telling Brandon that I really wanted to start doing more like lettering and putting in my own text for my videos. And after like an extended conversation about it, he was like, babe, just buy the iPad Pro. Like, I'll buy it for you. So we bought this and the iPad Pro, and my sister brought it to Korea for me. And I'll show you that in a second. I had a pair of fuzzy socks, and honestly, my feet get really cold on planes, but I didn't end up wearing these, so these actually just could have stayed home. I think it's more essential for me to have this on longer flights. So let's say I'm going from Korea to New York, it's usually a 13 to 14 hour flight nonstop. And another thing that I was surprisingly, I didn't use at all, was my tripod. This could have stayed home, and I was going to use this with my phone so that I could vlog here, but because of the ring that I have in the back of my phone, I like to have this, you know, so that I'm not like, I don't have a tech neck, you know, when I'm texting, like all bent over. So I like to like elevate my phone, or try to when I use it. And also it's nice as like a little kickstand, you know, if I'm watching videos. But because of this, it doesn't really fit too nicely on this tripod thing. So I just kind of used my hands the few times that I vlogged. So this just took up room and I didn't need it. My little sunglasses, oh, I love these. Like, I talked about this in my very first, I think, gratitude video, because they are a pair that's really special to me. It was one of the first gifts that Brandon got me, and I just love it because they fold up like so compactly. And because I have a new pair of sunglasses that I wear for more everyday, I took these to Hawaii, and they were my vacation glasses, and I didn't worry too much if I got sand or sunscreen on them, so I just kind of designated these as my travel sunglasses. And then my new iPad Pro, I'm obsessed with the color of this smart cover, and I have the smaller one, the 9.8 I think inch one. I got the rose gold because I've had every Apple product in gold, white, and black, and I've never had a rose gold one. So I got it, and then I also got an engraving on it. And honestly, I didn't use this as much as I thought I would to practice lettering and stuff, but on some of the flights, I did watch some Netflix because I downloaded a few things, and I did work on like a few things. There are a few greeting cards that I wanna, oh no! There are a few greeting cards I want to make for Brandon, so I was just kind of working on designs for that. I don't know, you know Brandon, maybe I've talked about this, but he always talks about how I'm such an angry sleeper, and I'm always like, I always have a frown apparently. So I just kind of made this illustration for him, and it's just me sleeping, and it just says, best sleep ever. And I was like, I'm gonna make a card for you out of this. Else do I have in here? Okay, and in the back, I didn't actually take my MacBook with me. Well, I have two MacBooks. I have an Air and a Pro. The Pro stayed home, and then the Air I lent to my sister because, yeah, it's just so much lighter than her laptop. So I told her she could have it for the next 3 months. So what I did was I kept other things in my laptop sleeve here. I had a folder where I just kept all of our receipts from hotels. Like, some of the receipts were much bigger, like this. And then I also have an envelope where I kept all the little receipts, just so that I can, you know, come home and go through this and make sure that I was charged appropriately, that, you know, in case there were any fraudulent charges. I don't think there were. Okay, one of the parts of this trip that was super stressful was all the little details and flights and lodgings and booking our shuttles in between. There were so many little things to take care of, and this is what our paper looked like. I mean, when I look at this, it just kind of gives me a headache, and I remember how much went into this with my sister and I. We had to dedicate almost 2 days to sitting in our hotel rooms and just figuring stuff out, and there's a part of me that kind of doesn't want to throw this out because of the memories that came with it. But yeah, this folder I had, it was a nice place to just collect everything. And oh, I had this one moleskin notebook with me, and this was so important because it did a lot of our planning here. So certain things, like I knew that if we were going to catch a flight from one city to another, I wanted to calculate backwards and make sure that we called our shuttles in time. And then I just mapped out a calendar of all the different places we stayed at and how much we were paying each night, just so I can get like a well-rounded calculation of how much we spent on average. And my sister and I have stayed at a range of different kinds of lodging. Like, we've stayed at 2 like 4-star hotels that were much nicer, and then we stayed at to my standards, a pretty dingy hostel. And then what I did every single day is I wrote down every peso we spent in the Philippines, because I wanted to kind of average out and figure out how much we spent per day on food and necessities, because we were trying to be as conscious of, you know, how much we were spending. We weren't just gonna, you know, blow money. So that notebook was absolutely necessary. I'm so happy I had it. And the last thing in my backpack, I think, is this book. It's called Emotionally Healthy Spirituality. And my friend Sandra gifted this book to me along with the journal that it comes with, and also like a workbook. I forget exactly. But she asked me if I wanted to read this book together, and then we never got around to doing that. But the small group that I'm a part of at church right now, Sandra's actually co-leading it, and we are reading this book together as a community. And it's, oh man, this book is intense. And it says, it's impossible to be spiritually mature while remaining emotionally immature. I'm way ahead of the reading because we're reading this week by week at church, but I just dove into it on this trip, and I think it came at such a perfect timing. It's making me work through, or at least reflect on, so many of the issues that I have regarding, you know, struggles I've had, you know, during childhood, struggles I have now, and just I realized how emotionally immature I am, and why certain things hurt me so much, and why I'm just so easily offended by certain things. But it's really, really making me be introspective, and I'm not done with this, but it's already really changing the course of how I want to develop as a person. So I hopefully I can share more deeply later, maybe when I'm done with the book, or yeah, at a later point. But this book was such an essential part of this trip. I can tell this video is going to be very long. Okay, this jacket, I actually left my Canada Goose at home because I didn't want to worry about traveling with a nicer jacket, because I knew that some of the places we were going to be at weren't going to be the nicest, and I didn't want to worry about getting it too dirty, 'cause that jacket is so expensive to dry clean, and it would not have folded nicely into my backpack. So this is my secondary winter jacket. It's from Reebok. I think Brandon brought it home for me one day, or he bought it for me. one day. I don't even know how this got into my possession, but anyway, I have this. I was very thankful for it, especially on the cold flights. The other thing that I had, I was so thankful for, is my fleece. I wore this mostly on our flights, and when we stayed at our hostel, we were sharing a room with 6 other girls, and when the AC was on, it was freezing. So I got up in the middle of the night to put this on. This is my Patagonia fleece. I think it's called the Even Better Sweater or Ever Better Sweater. It's either Even or Ever. Anyway, I have this, and I really like that it has like a sweater feel, but it's a fleece, and it's super warm, it's lightweight, and I love Patagonia as a brand, so I'm so happy to be able to support them. I had a pair of leggings that I travel in. I always travel in leggings when I go back and forth. They're just the most comfortable. And then this is the bag where I always carry my underwear and bras. And what I like about this is that there are 2 different compartments, one there and one here. If you guys have watched my other packing video, I think it was when I was going to Jeju Island in Korea, I showed this one in there. But this side is for dirty laundry that needs to be washed, and then this side is for clean laundry. And I basically packed 7 pairs of thongs because I was going to be in the Philippines for 15 days, and I figure if I hand wash each pair, I can make it last, and I totally did. I came home with 5 new pairs of underwear. So I could have even packed less, so that was a good lesson learned. And then I packed a bralette for, let's say if we're doing excursions and I didn't want to wear my regular bra. This is what I usually wore under tank tops for our more adventurous days. Like when we went rock climbing, and we went on this like underground river tour, which was amazing. And yeah, really convenient to have that. I have a Glossier pouch here, and this was what I used to keep my sunscreen in, because this was gonna go with me on all of our excursions. So I have the Suntegrity Natural Moisturizing Face Sunscreen and Primer. This is SPF 30. I bought this on beautyheroes.com like months ago because I was using Kula, the Cucumber Matte. What is it? The Kula Cucumber Matte Mineral Sunscreen. I'll talk about this in a second. That's my favorite face sunscreen, hands down. But I wanted to try this, and I'm so happy we had this in the Philippines because we actually ran out of our body sunscreen, so this saved the day for me. I personally think it's a little bit too thick on my face for my skin type, so it's not an everyday sunscreen for me. Another thing that was really, really essential was this mosquito repellent. This is, the DEET is 98.25%. This one is strong. Like it even says here, make sure you wash your hands immediately after using this, and if you spray it on your clothes, like wash your clothes. In the Philippines, we were worried about malaria and Zika. So any night where we were in an unsafe place, because certain parts had more mosquitoes than others. The main spots in the Philippines, like the major cities, we didn't have to worry about, but there were a few remote places, like little towns and villages we stayed in, and without this we would have gotten eaten up alive. And then this last one, I didn't actually pack this with me to go to the Philippines, but when my sister and I were in Palawan, in El Nido, we came across this little organic soap shop right by our hotel, and it was run by this really attractive family. Like the woman, she's Filipino, the guy is Caucasian and he's from Canada, and they have this really adorable baby that looks, you know, half Asian and half Caucasian. Just gorgeous family, and they run this cute little soap shop. So of course I had to go in and was asking questions about all the different soaps and products in there, and she recommended this one soap to us. It's called the Acapulco bar soap. So let me see if I can show you. Yeah, so it's all naturally made. It says Acapulco use for skin sores caused by ringworm, herpes, eczema, insect bites. There's Madre de Cacao and Almond Tree, which are anti-parasitic, antifungal, and also used to treat skin allergies or itchiness. And the reason I decided to pick this up is because she said for people that break out, whenever she recommends this, like it just clears up everything on the face. So of course I was intrigued. And the ingredients in here include coconut oil, Acapulco, Madre de Cacao, almond tree, honey, neem oil, beeswax, cocoa sap vinegar, mustard oil, and herbal oils that this brand, La Suisse, creates. So the reason that this is in here is because I love this face soap so much. My sister and I used it ever since we got it there, that we each bought an additional one. We bought backups, and she took the one, she's traveling with it now, the one we were sharing, and I bought her an extra one. So when I meet her in June in Shanghai, I'm going to give this to her. Oh my gosh, I love this face soap. I'll hopefully talk more in depth about it later. There were a few products that I actually finished up, and it was really satisfying to have empties on this trip. And one of them is what I mentioned earlier, the body sunscreen. And the body sunscreen that we used was also from Suntegrity. I don't know the exact name, but it's the one for the body, and it is SPF 30. We used the entire thing. We're actually running low on it pretty quickly. It didn't last as long as I'd hoped, but I loved it because it smells so good. They both have like a citrus smell, so it doesn't smell like your traditional sunscreen, and I didn't get burnt once. And I was reapplying that like maybe every 2 to 3 hours, like more often if I was going in and out of the water. But I was so thankful to have that. I would definitely repurchase it. And I think for that one, I bought it directly from Suntegrity's website because I don't think I saw it on the Beauty Hero site. So yeah, I actually highly recommend that as a body sunscreen. So let's go through my toiletry bag. Up here, I had Q-tips, and this was the first trip where I used all of the Q-tips that I packed. So that was really, really satisfying. I have 2 hair ties, and I really like these because they are made of like a stretchy ribbon fabric. I don't know the brand though, sorry. And then this little pocket here, I always have emergency liners just in case. And my doctor actually recommended that I take a thermometer with me just in case I have a fever. Didn't end up using it, but I guess I'm glad I had it. And then she also recommended I take alcohol swabs just in case I got a cut or something. She's like, you don't want any bacterial infections. So those were the 2 things she highly recommended that I take. And I actually have notes here because these are the products that I finished up. So one of the products that I finished up was the Laurel Whole Plant Organics. I think it's called the After Sun Oil. It was the sidekick product in the first Beauty Heroes box I ever received, which was last August. And I was supposed to use the little sidekick product in Hawaii, but I must have forgotten because when I was packing for this trip, I realized I still had some left. So I used it in the Philippines and I finished it, and I actually really loved that body oil. I also finished up the Aki cleanser. This is my new one, obviously. But I finished up the one that I got in December's box. And I loved it so much that I purchased it again. And this is made of glass, so it was actually really heavy. So when I finished this on the trip and I was able to recycle it, it felt so good. My bag became significantly lighter. So I used that mainly as my first cleanse to wash off sunscreen, because I didn't wear makeup on this trip. I know, I'll get to that too. It was pretty crazy, it's wild. And then the other thing that I finished up is my Dr. Bronner's bar soap. I had the lavender scent, and oh man, was I thankful to have that, because we used that to wash our hands, we used it to wash our body, and then the few days that my sister and I needed to hand wash laundry or our bathing suits, we used the bar soap. So I was really thankful for that, but a little bit disappointed at how quickly we ran out of it. We ran out of it before the 15 days. And so the last few days we had to break into my sister's stash. And I didn't want to break into her stash because, you know, she's traveling for the next 3 months. But yeah. So anyway, I wish that bar soap, which was brand new before the trip, I wish it lasted a little bit longer. I packed the Josh Rosebrook Hydrating Accelerator. This is the Sidekick product from November's Beauty Heroes box. I'm like really impressed that I remember the months that I've gotten these products. But I love this. I have two full-size versions that are living in my bathroom. I think one's in my backup stash. One's in my current rotation, and then I brought this on the trip. I just have the tiniest bit left of this Kula sunscreen. This is the Face Mineral Sunscreen in the Cucumber Matte Finish. Now, initially I didn't want to buy this one because it does have a cucumber scent, and whenever I look for face products, I always gun for unscented versions. But I noticed that the unscented version of the Kula contains either oxybenzone or avobenzone, and I'm allergic to both. But this one doesn't. This one is titanium dioxide and zinc oxide as their active ingredients. And I love this because it's super moussey. Let me see if I can show you a little bit. It's really, really moussey, and it's so light. It just like disappears on the skin. There is a slight white cast, but it's seriously so slight. And my makeup always goes on lovely on top of this. You know, I could honestly throw it out. I think it's probably good for one more use. I was hoping to finish this too on the trip, but I did not. And then, oh, this was an interesting one. This is the Eco Dent Extra Bright Tooth Whitener Baking Soda Tooth Powder. And this is good for up to 200 brushings, and it's just powder. And my sister actually introduced me to this because, what is it? She didn't want to travel with, you know, your regular toothpaste because well, for one, this lasts longer because you can use it up to 200 times, whereas this probably lasts, I don't know, a week and a half. And this is interesting because you take a moist toothbrush and then you just sprinkle some of this on and you brush your teeth. This is fluoride free, which I really like, and it's vegan, cruelty free. There's no SLS, no parabens, all the good stuff. And it's primarily, I think, baking soda, and it has essential oils that provide the flavor. Very interesting experience. It's quite salty. It feels like you're brushing your teeth with salt. So at first, it was pretty uncomfortable for me, but I definitely got used to it. And the crazy thing is, because this is so salty, whatever I ate or drank after tasted so sweet. So even drinking water after this, water tasted really sweet. And I remember the first cup of coffee I had after brushing my teeth with this, it tasted like there was a ton of sugar in my coffee, which obviously wasn't the case, but that was an interesting experience. And then I had just regular toothpaste. I don't use toothpaste, you know, from like your traditional brands anymore, like Crest and Colgate, but I bought these ages ago and I just wanted to finish it up. And I actually didn't even end up touching this, so that could have stayed behind. I have my Beauty Heroes. This is March's selection. Look at this packaging. It's just gorgeous. And this is from the brand Innersense. And look at this box, you guys. Like, when I pulled this out of my mailbox, I was just shocked. Like, my jaw dropped from how weighty it was because it contains 3 huge hero products and this really generous size Sidekick product. And so, like I mentioned earlier, I received this box a day before I left for the Philippines. So what I did was I transferred the shampoo into this big go tube. This is 3 fluid ounces, and as you can see, I used up almost all my shampoo. There's like that much left. And then the conditioner is in here, and there's a little bit left I want to finish up. So I just have some Glossier Milky Jelly in here, and I didn't use this as much as I thought I would, and that's because I discovered that Acapulco facial soap. I use that as my one face wash. Then I have some floss here. This is the Dr. Tongue Smart Floss in the cardamom flavor. And this, I believe, is the unscented healthy body butter from La Vanilla that my friend Vicky gifted to me. I had the huge tub at home, so I just transferred some to use on my body there. And then I have some unscented face lotion, just like for daytime use. And this is the Physiogel facial cream. And then some liquid Dr. Bronner's. This came in handy when we had to wash our hands in places that didn't have soap. And my sister actually used this a few times to do laundry. This one I thought I would finish up, but there's still product in here. This is the Essawira Body Serum from Kahina Giving Beauty. And this was in the seasonal discovery set in December's Beauty Heroes box. And it's just a clear body oil like that. I loved this. Once I ran out of my Laurel After Sun oil, I started using this. And I'm probably going to finish it up. I used that this morning too after a shower because I was hoping to finish it and have another empties. That small bottle is really deceiving. There's a lot of product in there, and that's one of my favorite body oils. And then I have two products from a brand called Leia Skincare, and I think they're relatively new. They reached out to me to send me products because they create luxurious skincare for sensitive skin. Like, their whole line is dedicated to people with sensitive skin, which I really appreciate. And this is the 4 Seasons Facial Cleansing Oil. I brought this mostly to take off makeup, but I didn't end up wearing any, so that's why there's still so much product left in here. And unfortunately, they discontinued this product, so yeah, you can't get this anymore. But this contains organic jojoba oil. This is the For a Summer facial serum. They have 4 different facial serums and they target different skin types. This is, I think it's for like combination skin. But yeah, this one's For a Summer and it contains organic grapeseed oil. And I use this under my daytime moisturizer every morning. I did that mostly when I was home, but I noticed that in the Philippines it was really, really humid. So after a few days of using this in the mornings, I stopped in the Philippines. Both oils don't have any scent in them, which I really love. My leg is falling asleep. And then this is the face cream that I made. It was a DIY project, and I got the ingredient from Stevie Van Horn. She's like an activist for zero waste, and she put up a video where she made zero waste face lotion. And what is it? She bought all her ingredients in bulk, and basically it's a basic version of Egyptian magic, I think that's the name of it. But apparently Stevie has really sensitive skin, and a lot of products break her out. And Egyptian magic was the only thing she swore by, and when she looked at the ingredients, she thought it seemed simple enough to make, so she made it, and then she shared the ingredients and the process in a video. I'll link it down below. This is the second batch I've made, and you guys, this is the only thing that I moisturized my face with every single night. And I absolutely love this. I think I'm gonna make this for the rest of my life. I made a batch for my sister too in a separate container, and she's traveling with it, and even she liked it, and it didn't make us break out or anything. It's just in my Laurel Whole Plant Organics facial mask jar. Once I finish that mask, I save this. This is actually really heavy because it's a glass jar, but I didn't have any plastic containers to put this product in, and I didn't want to go buy a plastic container for it. So that's the only thing I wish I had, was a lighter container for that product. The last thing in here is, okay, this is a new scent from Riddle Oil, and I won't go too deeply into it because I'm actually filming. They came out with 2 new scents of Riddle oils, and I'm gonna film a review video tomorrow, and it will go up later this week. So I'll talk much more about it in detail then. But this scent, I think it's my favorite after the original scent. And I appreciated this so much on my trip because let's just say I was in certain situations where not me, but my environment was kind of stinky, and so I would just put this on and go to sleep, and it was a game changer. Like, I think this trip certain parts of this trip would have been really miserable without this. But anyway, I won't go too much into it because I will share in detail in the next few days. So that's it for what's in my toiletry bag, but I did want to share more in depth on my thoughts about March's Beauty Heroes box. You guys, the bang for your buck you get for this box, I think, is incredible. And my experience with Innersense is that, let's see, a few months ago, when I placed an order for Beauty Heroes, and Genie included a deluxe size sample. It was like a travel size sample of the Sweet Spirit leave-in conditioner, and I really enjoy that product. But then Innersense, they actually rebranded and they launched it through Beauty Heroes. So this design is completely new. I just love how simple and clean and pretty it is. I mean, look at this tissue paper. I like don't want to throw that away. I want to find another use for it. This is not a new product, the Sweet Spirit leave-in conditioner, because obviously I just mentioned that I got it a few months ago. But these two products I believe are new to their line. And the first one here, this is the Hydrating Cream Hair Bath. And this is a luxurious hydrating shampoo for dry, thirsty hair. And just off the bat, this smells incredible. It smells like, it reminds me of one of those like really luxurious shampoos that they would wash your hair with if you were to get a haircut at a salon, with like a hint of orange creamsicle. And I'm such a sucker for orange creamsicle scents because I love citrus scents and I also love vanilla. And orange creamsicles are just, you know, the two coming together. The creamy but fresh kind of smell. This shampoo, it says, boost hydration and strengthen hair from the inside out with this cream shampoo. Essential oils of sage and tamanu help balance oil for a healthy scalp, while nourishing emollients soften and smooth the cuticle. Deeply hydrating yet lightweight, this silicone-free formula leaves hair bouncy without residue. One of the things that I found really interesting is Innersense, they call, what is it? The washing of the hair, the process of it, they call it a hair ceremony. Because I remember the founder mentioning something about how, you know, when you wash your hair, it could be a very therapeutic experience because it's like you're getting all the hardships, or like, what is it? Like taking the day off out of your hair. It's like very, what is it? It's freeing, you know, you're just washing away all the dirt and everything that you've carried with you through that day. And it doesn't have to be something that feels like a chore. So there's like this whole philosophy behind like self-love and self-care behind this brand. And it's actually, this brand is run by a married couple duo. And I think they were in the hair industry for a really long time. And in my understanding, it took a couple years to perfect the formulation of these two products. And the second hero product is the Hydrating Cream Conditioner. And this one, it says, maximize moisture with an emollient-rich, luxurious conditioner appropriate for dry, coarse, and thirsty hair. Certified organic Monoi oil and aloe strengthen the hair follicle, smooth cuticles, and control frizz, while orange flower oil delivers beautiful shine. The silicone-free formula leaves hair hydrated and naturally beautiful. So these two have the same scents. And you guys have no idea how thankful I was to have these two products, because one, we had to be really careful about how much shampoo we used because we didn't want to run out during our trip. So my sister and I, certain days, we had to sacrifice not using this and just using the free shampoo that hotels provide. And I don't know, I just never like the way that my hair feels after I use the stuff that most hotels provide. And my hair would feel really dry and brittle. And so I would switch between that and then go back to my Innersense set. And every time I did, like, I felt a world of a difference in my hair. Like, I don't know if you guys can see it, but this is after using this shampoo and conditioner. My hair just feels so much shinier and just smoother. And then there were certain days where my sister and I used a coconut milk shampoo bar. And for me, it kind of left my hair feeling waxy. My sister was fine. And I thought it was a matter of me not washing it out well, but that wasn't the case because certain days I took an extra long shower making sure I got everything off, but it still felt really waxy. So the days I got to go back to using the Innersense set, it was a treat for me. Like, I think these were the two things that, you know, no matter how gross the situation was where we stayed, I found a lot of comfort in using these two products. And I just went to bed feeling more peaceful. And so I actually really like this shampoo and conditioner. But I will say, because it is a hydrating shampoo, it's not something that I would use every single day. Like, it's one that I love having in my rotation, but I do like having a shampoo that's a bit more clarifying. I do have one right now from a Korean brand called Aromatica or something, and that one is a rosemary scalp cleansing one. So that I use maybe once or twice a week. And then I have a tea tree oil shampoo that my friend Sandra gifted me. And now this is the perfect addition to my rotation because this is the most moisturizing shampoo and conditioner set that I own. I'm gonna try to make this last as long as possible because these guys are, yeah, it's way more luxurious than I usually allow myself for hair products. So for the third hero product, this is the Sweet Spirit leave-in conditioner. I haven't even broken into this yet because I still have a ton of product left in my travel size version. And this one smells differently from the shampoo and conditioner. This one definitely has more of a muskier scent. Yeah, it reminds me of a musky lavender. And it says, detangle and boost moisture with a lightweight leave-in conditioning spray infused with emollient oils, fragrant herbs, flower essences, and a touch of bee-friendly honey to maintain body and manageability. Lavender adds a delicate healing fragrance. Certified organic plant extracts leave hair free-flowing and ready for any style. So with this, I like to use it on my ends. My ends don't tangle that much, so I don't use it all that often, to be completely honest with you. And that's why I still have so much product left in the travel size version. But I like that for my ends, and I love the Uma hair oil for my actual scalp. I haven't decided if I'm going to maybe gift this or just leave it in my backup stash. But yeah, if you're looking for something moisturizing, but not quite as, I guess, oily as a hair oil, this is a beautiful product. And the sidekick product is the Innersense Harmonic Healing Oil, and it's a high vibration healing oil to nourish hair, skin, and nails. So I actually forgot to pack this. I wanted to try it out during the Philippines, but I forgot to pack it in, and I used it for the first time today on my ends. What does it smell like? It has a very like earthy, like grounded scent. I think that's like the best way for me to explain it. But it says, let's see, it's rich in antioxidants, vitamins, and nutrients. And it is multi-purpose because you can use it on your skin, scalp, and hair to deliver hydration and nourishment. I used a little bit on my ends today, and I don't know if it's this what makes my hair feel so soft right now or like the shampoo combo, but I don't know. I feel like my hair looks and feels shinier than it normally does. I don't know, maybe I'm crazy. But yeah, absolutely love this box, and I'm so sad to say that this video is going up a day before this box, the cutoff date for this box. So if you guys want this selection, and I highly recommend it actually, tomorrow, March 20th, is the last day before, yeah, before you can't get it anymore. So just keep that in mind. So it looks like my battery is about to die. So let's see how much longer I can go. Here's my biggest packing cube, and this is where I have a pair of shorts, a t-shirt, a long sleeve, and a sweatshirt. And this is my glossy sweatshirt that I wore traveling on the planes, and yeah, under my fleece. I get really cold. And then this is a long sleeve that I never wore, so I didn't have to bring this. This Everlane tee I wore a ton, and then my Madewell shorts I wore quite often. And then this is my medium-sized packing cube. Let's see, and these were more for my excursion outfits. So I have like 3 workout tanks, and I have board shorts. And you guys, after I packed board shorts for Hawaii, that's basically all I want to wear when I'm on vacation because they're so lightweight. And the ones that I have the built-in underwear. So let's say after, you know, you go for a swim and, you know, sometimes you don't want to stay in like your wet bikini, you can just wear this, and it has built-in underwear in it. And so I love this. I brought 2 pairs with me, but I gave the other pair to my sister because she didn't have any, and yeah, she wanted to have a pair for the rest of her travels. So this hat I bought when I was in Hawaii because I got really badly sunburned on my forehead. and my forehead was significantly darker than the rest of my face. So I bought this on a whim, but I had to wash it, and after that the front part kind of got deformed, and so when I wear it, it looks a little bit funny on my head, and I didn't have a use for it in the Philippines. I never wore it. It just kind of took up space in my suitcase, but I don't know, I guess it was good that I had it just in case I needed it, but I could have done without it. And then I had one pair of dark skinnies that I packed, and when did I wear this? I think I wore this on some of our longer car rides. Like, we had 2 car rides that were about 7 hours long. I just switched out my camera because the battery on my other one died, so now I'm using my Canon. And I think I was about to show you my Turkish towels. So I have 3 Turkish towels, and I heard Ali Cherry talk about them in one of her older videos, and what she said was these towels, they dry really quickly because they're so thin. And let's see, when we were in our old apartment, I was on the market for thinner, quicker drying towels because what was it, with some of our like thick towels, they started having this like smell, this damp smell, unless I threw them into the dryer for like 3 hours. And honestly, it was such a waste of time and energy, like using the dryer for 3 hours to not even get it fully dry. I just thought it was so wasteful, and air drying wasn't cutting it. So when she talked about the Turkish towels, I was so intrigued, and I ordered 3 different sizes. I believe they came in a set. Yes, because I have a big gray one and then these 2. So let me show you the small one first. They are made of 100% cotton, and this one I use it's just my face towel. I don't use it for anything else. And this was nice. It does dry really quickly, and it's so cute. One of my other selling points for why I wanted these is that they just look so pretty, and they're so multi-use. Like, you can use this as a cover-up, maybe not this size, it's still quite small, but for the big one, you can use it as a cover-up, like on the plane. You can use it as a scarf, you can use it over a yoga mat, you can take it to the beach with you, or you can just use it as a bath towel. So when I'm not traveling with these, I like to use this mid-size one as a hand towel in the bathroom. And I just think they look so cute. So there's that. This came in so handy for me because when we were staying at our hostel, the pillow smelled so bad. And we showered at night, you know, every day that we're there because, you know, during the day we have sunscreen on or mosquito repellent. So we always showered before bed. And even if I dried my hair, you know, it was still a little bit damp if I took a shower too close to bedtime. And with the stinky pillows, it just got even stinkier when, you know, it was moist from my hair. I don't know, that hostel, ugh, I don't want to think about that place. But yeah, I covered my pillow with this and I was good to go. And my Riddle oil, that's the only way I fell asleep. With some Riddle oil and my Turkish towel. So I have this blue one. I love it. And it's huge. I don't know if you guys can see how big it is, but it's the size of, you know, a big bath towel. And I use this at home all the time. So I have a blue one, and I also have the big gray one. And I bought one of each for me and Brandon, but unfortunately he doesn't really like it. Like, he likes the feeling of, you know, like a fluffy big towel. So I actually use both. And I do love that they dry so quickly, and I think they're designed so that with how often you use it, or the more you use it and the more you wash it, the softer it becomes. I don't remember how like crispy it was when I first got it. I've had it for maybe like half a year now, but it's I love this thing. But unfortunately, I didn't have a use for this during this trip. So it just kind of did take up space in my suitcase, and I think in the future, if I'm going to be staying in hotels or hostels that provide towels for me, I wouldn't pack this huge one. But I did love having the 2 smaller sizes with me. I bought this one by itself. I believe it was like $15. And then I got a set of the gray ones. So the big gray one, this mid-size one, and this small one for maybe like 25 bucks. And I got mine on Amazon. I'll link it down below if you guys are interested. This I got when I bought pillowcases at Target. It just came in this, and I've been using it to house my bathing suits. And I should have actually taken these out yesterday because they're not wet, but I don't think I washed them after the beach, but it would be nice to air them out. I just have this bikini top, these bikini bottoms. I think these are from H&M. I got them years ago. And then this set, this bikini I've had for, oh my gosh, I feel like I've had it for at least 9 years now. Yeah, this has been going strong. 2 sets of swimwear was the perfect amount for me because when I would wear one, that night when I got back to our hotels, I would hand wash it, and while that dries, I would wear the second pair. So I don't think I ever need to pack more than 2 sets. So that was a cool lesson learned. My sister and I actually went thrifting when she was here in Korea, and she bought me this scarf. And I thought it was so cute, and I was going to use it as a hairband. I did once, but after that I never used it again. It was just way too hot. Yeah, and because it's so soft, it kept sliding around. So I could have left this at home. I have a wooden paddle brush. I used this a few times, but what was it? The days that I used the coconut shampoo bar, because my hair was so waxy, it was really hard for me to get this through my hair. So apart from that, this got pretty good use. I had a little first aid kit, and there were 2 band-aids in here. I know I didn't use them, so they have to be here somewhere. And I just had extra alcohol swabs. So here's my makeup bag, and like I mentioned earlier, minus the first day we were there, I didn't wear makeup the entire time. So I didn't use anything in here. And you know what? I was really proud because I packed so little. But I'm even more proud of myself that I was fully comfortable not wearing anything on my face except for sunscreen and moisturizer. So I have my mascara and primer, Glossier Stretch Concealer, my Urban Decay Naked Concealer. Oh, this is new that I haven't talked to you guys about. This is the what is it? Halo Scope highlighter from Glossier, and I have it in Moonstone. And when I got it, when I ordered it to my sister, it was limited edition, and I hopped on it because it was limited edition. Can you see that? Yeah. But now I found out that they added it to their permanent line. And the reason I brought this on my trip instead of my RMS Living Luminizer is because I didn't want to dip my finger into it while I was at a place that wasn't home. I don't know why. So anyway, I wanted to try this out too on the trip. Really like this product, but didn't use it when I was there. But I am wearing it now. It's makes me shine. And I brought my favorite cheek and lip product. This is Bite Beauty's Brioche, and I'm wearing it today a little bit as well, but beautiful color. Oh, and this is a product that's new to me. This is from the brand Alima Pure, and I have been wanting to try this for a while. I want to say this is one of my products that has been sitting in my wish list for the longest time. My sister brought this over to me from New York, and I have it in the shade Warm 5. You know, before I became a liquid foundation user, like I used to swear by mineral powder foundations. And what was it? I used to use, I think Bare Minerals was the first one I ever tried when I started out wearing makeup, but there's one ingredient in there, bismuth oxychloride. It makes my skin so itchy. So yeah, I stopped using mineral foundation, and then I tried the Laura Mercier one. But yeah, that one too also had bismuth oxychloride, so I stayed away from that for a while. And then there was a Bobbi Brown powder foundation, loose powder foundation that I loved. But then once I looked up ingredients for Bobbi Brown products and they rated so high on the dirty scale, again, I kind of abandoned. And so that's why I've been dying to try Alima Pure. But when I first opened this, I put it on and I just looked orange. And I think that was because I was too pale and it was just a little too dark. I feel like now with my tan, I think it's a pretty good match. I don't know, I'm wearing it today and I'm not wearing any concealer. And minus this like mosquito bite on my face, my skin's been doing pretty well, considering the fact that I was traveling. So this is only my second time wearing it, and the first time I don't remember how it felt on my face. I just remember feeling like I looked really, like I didn't like that the color of my face and my body didn't match. So yeah, I'm wearing it today, so let me use it a few more times to give you a better idea of how I feel about it. See, and then I brought 3 brushes. This is my Sigma Flat Kabuki F80, and I used this with the mineral. I was supposed to use it with the Alima Pure foundation, but no use for this. And this is a airbrush concealer brush from Sephora. And why did I pack this? Because I was going to use powder foundation, and I didn't have my beauty blender with me. I thought I would want this to blend out concealer, but yeah, didn't use either. Why did I pack this? Because I didn't even pack any eye products. And then tweezers. And that's it, right? Didn't I do such a good job? Okay, guys, we're almost done. Let me talk to you about 3 things that I had that I was so thankful for. The first one being this dry bag. Okay, so my sister, I told her that I wanted a bag that I didn't have to worry about my contents getting wet, because I knew I was going to have my phone, or actually I didn't have my camera on this trip, but if you guys remember, when I went to Hawaii, we got caught in this really really strong rain, and my camera broke. So after that I was like, oh, I need a waterproof bag. So this I was looking into dry bags, but my sister actually specifically picked this brand, and when I asked her why, she said it was because she liked the color. So there's like a ton of options on Amazon, and even on the Philippines, actually, I'd never seen this kind of bag before, but the street vendors, they were all selling it. But in my opinion, a lot of them looked cheaper and tackier. Like the colors were like really bright neons. I don't know, it's not my cup of tea. But I also wanted a dry bag that I can use on the excursions, going island hopping. And I didn't pack a purse, so I wanted something that wouldn't stand out too much if I wanted to carry it like an everyday bag. So basically what you do is you fill it up with your contents. Let me just put some stuff in there. And then on top, you just roll it. You roll it like that, but you don't want to push all the air out, because if this were to go in the water with you, like let's say you're rafting or kayaking, the air actually helps it float, and it looks like that. So you could actually wear it like a crossbody, and it's actually pretty cute as a crossbody, or you can actually take the strap off and then just carry it like a bucket bag. And I will never go on a beach vacation without this bag. This is waterproof, and I have the 5-liter size. My sister has the same one, same color, same brand, but she has the 10-liter one. So hers was much bigger, but even that wasn't like obnoxiously big. It was great because she was able to carry like bigger things that I couldn't fit in mine, like our water bottles. I was able to fit more than I thought I could in mine. So I would highly recommend looking into that if you guys are going on a beach or tropical vacation. And another thing she got me was this little waterproof casing for my phone. Now I know that the iPhone 7 Plus can stand to go in water, but I don't know, I don't really trust it. It would have just really hurt me if I damaged my relatively new iPhone 7 Plus. I'm like, nope, I'm not just gonna go into the water with it. So what you do is you stick your phone in here, and then up top you just close it like that, and then you're good to go. And when we went snorkeling and swimming, yeah, I just had to strap it around my neck, and whenever I wanted to take out pictures, I did. However, for some reason, my phone wasn't able to pick up my like my finger, the touch, like underwater. So I would have to press record like above water and then take it down. Like I couldn't take pictures as I was underwater. So that was kind of lame. I don't know if it's the case or I don't know if it's my phone, but that's the only other thing. But I definitely felt like I felt my phone was protected because I had this. And this last thing she got me was this little waterproof fanny pack, but she was like, don't you dare wear it as a fanny pack. If you want to look okay, if you want to look decent carrying it, like you can wear it like a crossbody. I didn't. I never wore it just as its own bag, but it has a Velcro closure. And then right here, there's 3 layers of this, I guess, Ziploc technology. So what I used this for was I kept my wallet, my sunglass case, and if I had any paper, I kept it in here when I went on our water adventures. This lived inside my dry bag the whole time and nothing in here ever got wet. So I was really, really thankful to have this. I would say those 3 right there are like high recommendations for beach trips. And then let's see, I had 4 pairs of socks that I didn't need to pair. Why did I pack 4 pairs of socks? I don't know. Just like a black tee for sleep. It used to be Brandon's, it's mine now. And then I packed 1 dress. This is my Madewell dress. I think I have sunscreen on the boobs. I honestly didn't need to pack this dress, but I did make myself wear it because I packed it. But I could have done without it. And this is quite thick. It did take up some room in my suitcase, so I wish I didn't. But what I did love is that it had pockets. So could look cute and have pockets on your dress. It's really hard to go back to dresses without pockets after you experience dresses with pockets. Life-changing. Another thing that I was surprised that I didn't get use out of were my indoor slippers. I always take these with me on every vacation I go, mostly because if we're staying at hotels or Airbnbs and there's carpeting, I don't like carpets, and then I don't like carpets even more when it belongs to a home that's not mine. I didn't wear them. So, and I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why I didn't wear them, because my sister actually got me a pair of these shoes. They're called Zero shoes. It's spelled with an X, so it's X-E-R-O, Zero shoes. And my sister was looking for like very functional, durable sandals that weren't flip-flops. And she saw these and she was intrigued because they were featured on Shark Tank. I've never seen an episode of Shark Tank, but I get the general idea of what happens on that show. My legs are falling asleep. But at first look, not the most attractive, right? But as we were looking into it, turns out, well, first of all, they're really, really thin. So you're supposed to feel really grounded, almost as if you're walking barefoot. And they're very bendable. So if you wanted to save room and roll them, you could. I didn't, but it's an option. And the other thing that really intrigued me is that I've heard people run marathons in these. Crazy. So what happens is you just wear them like, what happens? You wear them like a shoe. And they are waterproof. What I do want to note is that I have worn these in the water and I did not like them. Just because they're so bendy. When you're walking in water on sand or rocks, it's, what is it? Every time you lift your foot, they just kind of bend, and like it just made it really uncomfortable. And I found that the space between my big toe and my second toe, like this part, it really, really hurt in the with the weight of the water. Another cool thing is that after you put your shoe on, you can kind of adjust this to make it like tighter around your ankles. And then I don't know if it's actually designed this way, but I kind of discovered it for myself when I was on this trip. What I found a little bit uncomfortable is because they're not flip-flops, you can't just slide in. You do have to like bend down and use your finger to like get your heel, get this over, you know, past your heel. That was a little bit of an inconvenience. So what I did was I would just push this back part forward, and then just adjust this part a little bit, and I would just wear it like flip-flops when I would shower. So these actually were my shower shoes and going out shoes. So this was the only pair that I packed, other than the sneakers that I was wearing on travel days, like in transit. Yeah, I didn't pack anything else, and I'm so happy that these were the only pair of shoes I had. I actually did go rock climbing in these, and I was totally fine. It did take a little bit of getting used to, because right here, like I feel like with flip-flops too, especially like Havaianas for me, they always hurt in the beginning. Havaianas actually always hurt me, so I can't wear those anymore. But these, I actually really recommend these. Very multifunctional beach shoe. And lastly, I have a little pouch here I got, I think, from an old J. Crew necklace. And I just kept some. I had my Diva cup, which I didn't end up using. Pad. And my sister actually got me my first reusable menstrual pad. And I know that sounds gross, but I do feel really wasteful using pads, and I still have a bunch in my supply, and I hope that once I run out, like, I won't want to purchase them ever again. But with her, I think she wanted, she didn't want to travel with a bunch of menstrual pads, and she, like, the Diva cup kind of freaks her out. So she bought like a pack of 5 of these. She gave me one, and they open up like that. Interesting, right? I didn't use this, so don't be grossed out. It's brand new, and it kind of has like a fleecy material. What she did tell me was that she read reviews where, you know, when you snap on the buttons when you're wearing your underwear, they can slide back and forth. I'm not sure yet, because like I said, I haven't used it yet. But if I find that they're super magical, I'll definitely let you guys know. But I do like how they fold up and become so compact. It is 6 o'clock. I can't believe this video took me 2 hours. I'm gonna go edit this so I can get this up on time for you guys. Thank you so much for watching. I will try my best to link as much of this stuff as I can. Oh man, it's gonna be a long night, guys. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, and I will talk to you in the comments. Bye!